That's like the core melody. Ooh, I love that sound. So this is archetype as well. Morph lead gain. Oh, it's so cool. It's quite an overpowering sound, so I just use it in like the wherever there's space. This is at 25 to the pan to the right, and guitars sound good when you pan them, right? These are the same things essentially, so I'm just gonna pan this 25 to the left. As you can see, this is panned hard to the right and this is panned hard to the left. What I like to do is harmonize it. I feel like harmonies just create like so much more emotion. So I've done that with the guitar, as you can hear. Right, together. So yeah, that's the power of harmonies. And yeah, I've harmonized the whole track. This is just like a little octave I played over everything. And I've added a little fade in here just to give like more space to everything else. If you want to add a fade, you just press A and then you can just mess with that. So let's go back. Essentially, it's just volume, right? Bend. Yeah, so basically once I recorded all these guitar takes, after that it comes down to a lot of copy paste. You find like the best bits and then you take like little chunks of the best bits and you put it all like onto a new track. As you can see here, I have my drums grouped, so all together. I could add like another element or two to these drums, but for now I'm just keeping it simple. As you can see on the drums here, I've added a glue compressor. It's on the group track. So every single one of these drum elements are being glued together, essentially. I like to just add a little bit of compression, not to squash the whole mix. And I wanted to hit like usually in between the 0 and the 5. But hey, that's just me. One of the biggest mistakes I've made, you know, learning from YouTubers and stuff is like thinking, it just goes with everything, you know, just thinking that like their way is the way. There are a million ways to do things. So I'm just gonna keep that there. And then obviously we have the sub here. The sub and the kick in this kind of music are meant to hit exactly at the same time. Because say if I take the kick out and I play this track together, so this is the kick and this is the sub. As you can see, these little dividers right here, if I go into the notes, that's where I have ended and started every single note. And as you can see, it's in line with every single kick that I've placed here. This by itself doesn't hit as hard. Now, when I add the kick, if I solo this and the kick together, it just gives that boom, it gives that like power behind the sub, the 808s, whatever you want to call it. We've got the drums and the guitars and the bass. Now all it comes down to is just adding in like little ear candies, and that can be done through any sample library that you can find. Just have fun. It's just a little vocal sample. I have reverb on there. I've got ping pong delay set at 4, so it rings out every 4 bars as opposed to like just 2. It's very fast and rap. I don't want that. I want it to like ring out. So I have this sidechain to the kick. And here I have the EQ that I've done. And again, this would not be possible without the noise correction software that I use, because I would just not be hearing the truth. These cuts that I've made here, like I'm just so confident with them. Like it just sounds so great. It sounds clean and crisp. I forgot to tell you about what effects I have on the guitars. So this is the guitar track right here. So same thing, I have a sidechain, but the attack is really fast because I don't want it to take too much out of the guitars, you know, just a little bit, just to get that kick to come through. And I've done the same thing with the snare as well as the perk. Remember that little, because I just wanted it to come through. I wanted it to come through easy, you know, because as you can see, the guitar is very like mid-rangey, and like when you're mixing guitars, by the way, like they're a mid-range instrument. So as you can see, I've rolled off everything before mid-range and around here, but like over here, this is the core of guitar, and you want to keep that core through a glue compressor on all the tracks, all the guitar tracks, so like they all meld together. If I take it off, like you'll hear a big difference. bass, it's just a serum simple sine wave. You can use anything, you can use a sample, it doesn't matter. The sub is sidechained to the kick. Without the compression from the kick, it's gonna fight for frequency, right? It doesn't sound clean. Now, if I put the compressor on, every time the kick plays, the sub is gonna duck in volume and it's gonna fit together more like a puzzle. Right? Yeah, just a little vocal sample that I found in Splice. Sidechained this to the kick. You can get away with basically sidechaining a lot, like most of the track to the kick, but like you gotta be careful about what you sidechain like after that. You could very quickly like ruin your song with just sidechaining like all kinds of shit. And like not everything has to be sidechained to the kick, but you know, I mean, just certain things, right? And you just mess around, you figure it out. Figure out what sounds good to you. So over here, what is this? Sounds really cool. So I got this on Splice as well. So guys, thank you for watching so far. Support the channel, like, subscribe,